It's already live, so we just waiting for y'all to get here so we can do what we do.
Right.
Let's do it. Yeah, we ready. We
We
are
are
ready.
ready.
Ready for y'all to come on through and get it on.
Get it popping.
Yeah, where y'all
Who
at?
all gonna come join us and talk about this here topic today?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it came on quick too. Yeah, I like that. Well,
Ain't no wasting no time.
no waste of time around here, y'all. We just gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen, y'all. Come on down. Somebody come on, get up in here.
Right. ASAP.
Well, it came to my phone super fast. Let me see. Yeah, it came to the phones really quick. Yeah. This is gonna be live, Jack. Where you at, Miss The Dream Experience? Where
Where's
are you?
JJ? Where is Keith McDaniel?
Ooh, Mr. Simmons, you coming into the building?
All right now, Mr. Simmons.
Come on down. Somebody come on
Bobby
down.
Simmons, where are you? Mr. Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell
Where
to the
you
front.
at?
Mr. Mitchell to the front. Come on down. The link is in the description, is in the comment section. Whoever the two is, yes, JJ. Hey.
Hey, honey.
Hey, JJ. What it is. JJ said, I am in the house.
Hey.
I like that. JJ got
You
so
one
much
of our
energy.
favorite people.
Indeed, you are. You coming to the backyard party when we have it, JJ?
It's about to go down.
You ready? We should have did it this week. If we can get out there at about 5, because it'll get dark too soon for us. But so we gotta wait a little while. But JJ, you gonna come to the backyard party with us?
We welcome you to come sit down at the backyard boogie.
The backyard boogie. I don't know if you drink. Do you drink? I don't drink much no more.
Oh, we love you too.
Love you, baby. Yeah.
You know it's always love.
It's love, baby. Yeah, that ain't the answer that if you coming or not, though. That's what's the deal. JJ, you coming to the backyard party with us or not?
Right.
It's us.
You gonna come pull up a chair?
Pull up a chair. Get involved.
It's coming soon. So
She
if
said,
you want to
"Yes,
know
I am
when
down."
and where, we'll release those details as we review the weather reports the week of our live shows.
Yes. And anybody else that's here, say hi real quick so that we can get it popping. I'm putting the link in the description so that anybody that want to join can join. Come on down and join with us real quick. We're about to get it on. This is a topic that's no, that's wrong. This is a topic that is very, 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 very heavy for most men.
Mm-hmm.
And it's heavy for most women, even though they don't know it.
All right now.
Men and their children. What kind of frustrations do you got being a father? What
or father
is a
figure. So
father?
keep in mind that this applies to uncles who step up and be the daddy, to them nieces and nephews you may have. This also applies to stepfathers, men that, you may not have fathered your own children, but you're dating a woman with children and you are now encountering some issues. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, anyway, the one JJ and the two mysterious people that's in the audience.
Who are y'all?
We still gonna get it on.
Hey, the Dream
this
Experience.
is who we were waiting for. The Dream Experience has entered the building. I gotta let Dream in right away. You ready to come in, Dre? Look at he smiled. That means yes.
Yes, indeed.
Dre,
hey.
the Dream is in the building. By D.
It's about to get real, honey.
I love the do.
You love me, do? Thank you. It's a big old puffy something today, but that's okay. We're gonna work with it.
That's sharp right there.
Beautiful.
That is sharp.
You see, I got my little puffiness going on. So
I see.
2 puffy ladies in the building today.
And I got the True
Live girls. I'm trying to get like you.
And you see, I got the True Live 2 hat.
Okay. Merch.
He representing right.
I see you. Merch.
Always, you feel me?
Look at that.
We about ready to kick this off.
We are. Let's kick it off with the video, though.
Let's kick it off with the video. Y'all ready? We're gonna do the video. Uh-oh, Easy in the building.
Easy, sit tight. We're going to bring you in just a moment. We're going to kick this live off today, though, with the video that actually stemmed from our topic stemmed from this. So let's see it.
Let's see the video. Let me present this to y'all real quick. Let me do a presentation. Go with, nope, this one. All right.
There's a lot of men who would not mind having their kids at 24/7. And I know somebody who works and actually is dear to Ace's heart as a friend who expressed to me his struggles getting his child in his fight. One of my mentors spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in 7 years fighting for custody for his daughter and eventually got that. There are a lot of men, but the thing is, most men feel defeated before we even enter the fight. And it's like, it's something we don't even, it's not that we don't want to fight for our child. It's like I'm going up against an uphill battle without the monetary, finances to even do it.
United States government.
I never even knew that they literally treat y'all out the gate like a criminal. Why is it plaintiff defendant? And we're talking about family stuff. I'm talking about my kid. Why are you treating my child as if the same way you would treat a murder case, a drug case? My kid?
This is what we're talking about when we say, oh, half and this and half. Some can't be split.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right.
Peace. We are bringing Easy in, or
yeah, go ahead, pop Easy in.
We'll bring you in, Easy. All right, we got new rules tonight, though. Y'all want to hear the rule? Why are you laughing? Don't laugh yet. So we got new rules tonight, all right? All y'all listening. If anybody is in disagreement with me, don't say nothing. Y'all dig. That's the rules. Let's do it. Let's get it on.
Let's get it popping. What say you about men and their children?
Okay, let's do it. Let's do that thing you do with your telephone. What is a father? I want to hear what people say. Father,
the definition of a father.
I want you to get it up, but don't say it.
All right, I'm not.
What's a father, Jay Easy? Only the question. What's a father, Jay Easy?
Say it again. I can barely hear y'all. Say that again.
What is a father?
Only the question.
Define what a father is.
Nothing else. That's it. Just what a father is. Let's hear that.
A protector, a teacher, a provider, a mentor.
Big Mafia, what's good, baby?
A father is somebody that teaches you life experiences and teaches you how to navigate the road of life. Sets a role model for you.
Okay, that's peace. The dream experience. What is a father? How do you look at a father? What do you look at as a father?
All the things that Jay-Z said, in addition to a disciplinarian, somebody who teaches courage and discipline.
Okay.
Somebody who helps you see more in yourself than you can see, and they guide you towards it. I'm only a daughter, so just from the perspective of a daughter, a father is extremely important to that daughter having a full self-identity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to give out the definition of father, but I'm just going to touch on it because of some things I don't want to say until we get into the discussion, right? But I definitely, myself, I look at being a father. I look at a father as somebody who actually is a good guide, right? Somebody that helps somebody grow. into becoming who they are or who they might be. Like you just said, to add on to what you said, and you said, Mr. McDaniel's piece. And also what you said, I look at the father as somebody that's, showing you who you can be, what the potential of you is, and helps you bring that out. Somebody that fattens you up, get your mind to knowing more than anything else, right? And then also somebody who guides and controls you, definitely controls. Control you to the point where you don't go off making bad decisions, right? Somebody who you can also look to and say, well, this is the type of person that's the father of my life, the guide of my life, the provider of my life, protector of my life. I really want to say more, but I got to leave it there because it's a cross boundaries with me as far as what a father is. Peace, Mr. Simmons. Hello to you too. What's up, Dev? We see you. We see you, Dev. You in the building. So yes, I look at father as somebody who's exactly what y'all said, add an little extra onto it. Somebody who able to provide, protect, guide, and ensure your well-being for the future. Does anybody in the comment section going to add on to what a father is? We actually got the definition coming, and we're gonna put that out there. And we want to see what y'all say first, because I look at it as a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? While we're waiting for the definition to come back, do anybody got anything they might say? Can a woman be a father?
No, a woman could be a mother.
Woman can't be a father. Woman can be a mother. Okay.
Some of those roles overlap. And if you are forced to be a single mother, then you're gonna try your best to either find the community that compensate for the father not being there, coaches, male mentors, uncles, brothers, whoever. You hopefully can find people to kind of stand in the gap if the father is not there. But if the woman doesn't have anybody to be there, she's going to try to do those things that a father is tasked with doing.
Okay.
And I think also, many times in our weekly discussions, we've hinted at, it's the difference between a female and a woman and a male and a man. Well, it's the same thing with a father. It's a difference in a father and a dad.
What's the difference?
A father is more.
What's a dad though? What's a dad?
In my opinion, a dad is somebody who had a child and is not 100% responsible with that child and taking care of that child and handling his responsibilities. He has that title, dad. You know what I'm saying?
My opinion is switched. It's like a father could be just biology, but a dad is all of the things that we've talked about. We just used it in definition of a father. But a father, in my opinion, is just the biology, that the thing that makes it true. But a dad is the one who have those qualities that we talked about.
So that contradicts what you just said. Jay Easy said. Because Jay Easy said.
I'm just saying, not contradict, just switch to me, because they don't necessarily know biological dad is usually biological father, right? And then when you have an affinity with your father, you generally call him dad or daddy or pops. You don't call him father.
It's so cold. Y'all got some cold words to play, because I'm sitting here listening to it, right? And I'm wondering, I've never heard of a person being called the dad figure. Does that change anything if you say father figure?
I think no, it doesn't change anything for me. It's kind of like what we just did. We use the terms interchangeably.
So,
but in my opinion, A father is it could be as simple as just the biology.
Okay, so dad and father are two different things. That's what we're gonna say, right? Is that correct?
We could say they part of the same tree, different branches.
Yeah, okay, because I'm wondering, because like I said, I never heard of a person being called a dad figure, but I heard of them being called the father figure. There's got to be some heaviness behind that. Why is it a father figure and not a dad? And then why is the man that steps in, like with what Josh just said, Jay Easy just said, peace. He said about the dad and the father being different. Why is it the stepdad? Why do most people call it the stepdad as opposed to the stepfather, even though we interchange that word pretty well too? But before we go on, Mr. Mitchell, peace.
What's good?
Peace.
Hey.
What's up, Pop?
As a quick question to you, what is, just a quick question, simple answer, what is a father to you?
What's good?
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear me?
What is a father to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, a father, man, that's
simple.
A father is to me, a father is a person who, not only plants the seed, but he's also the one that nurtures the child, raises the child, along with the mother, if possible. He's the one that handles. He made the baby. He takes care of his responsibility.
What about the dad? What's the dad? If it's any difference.
To me, a dad and a father is pretty much the same thing. I mean, I heard what they were saying about, now you can have a father figure, but it's like I call my father daddy. So, to me, it's the same thing.
That's see, I get where Jay Easy came from, and I also get where the Dream Experience came from. But most of the time, like for me, father and dad are the same thing too. But I do see a lot more people, like Jay Easy said, being a father to somebody, especially people that we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people who we don't know. Like, I think I could be a father figure to a lot of people in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me as a father, when I'm talking to them or trying to teach them something, they look at me as more as a father person as opposed to just their dad. But it's the same thing, like Jay Easy was saying. That father got that role that's going to be super serious and continue to add on and make somebody a better person.
Right. But see, times have changed so much over the years. When I was growing up, you hardly ever had single parent households. Just about all of the people I grew up with in my neighborhood, it was all both parents were in the household. The only way you would see that is that one of the parents died. But see, like my children, a lot of their friends didn't have fathers. So I feel that void to an extent, because my house was the one. My kids had the basketball goal and all. We lived in the same neighborhoods as these kids, but they thought we were rich because my kids had a lot of the extra shit. So my yard was the one where I couldn't go no games because they played basketball all the damn time. And I embraced that, and a lot of them kids I fed, and a lot of them, man, it was unbelievable to me. These kids, their mothers will like go out on the town and lock them out of the house. We're talking about elementary and middle school age too. So of course I wouldn't let them be out there on the street. I'd house them, feed them and everything. Right. So but when I was growing up, man, I can't recall any of my friends or the people in my neighborhood that were in single parent households.
Right, no doubt. And I think that's what I am too. Did you get the definition for that?
I did.
So wait, before that, what did you hear what they said?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well go ahead. She didn't hear what y'all said, so she gonna give us the definition real quick of what a father is. Go ahead, and then if you can bring up the one dad after that one. Because Josh brought up that, and that was good. Go ahead, father.
Father. So the Google definition of father is a man in relation to his children or child. It has several different literary definitions, but one that really stood out to me was an important figure in the origin and early history of something.
That's me. Keep going.
It is you.
Yeah.
A man who gives care and protection to someone or something.
That's it. Anything else?
The oldest of or most respected member of a society or other body.
Okay. That's peace right there. What y'all think?
I can agree with those.
I can get with that. Yeah, you know, I became a father at such a young age that, you know, it was my daughter was born when I was only 16 years old, and so, but the one thing about it, she always knew who her father was. I was very, very active in her life, all her life. She was all of her. I played sports. I worked. I did everything. All the stuff that she had, the diapers, the formula, and all her clothes, I bought that. For my parents and my ex-in-laws, what they bought for her when she was a baby was extra. I took care of my baby. And, you know, my ex-wife, hell, she was actually married twice before me and her got married. And that nigga was Jerry or Matt or whatever his name was. I was always there.
Let me ask y'all a question. That's peace. That's peace. Let me ask y'all a question. Can you be a father to children that's not yours in the house?
Biologically.
Yes.
Explain how. Let the dream experience explain how first.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dream.
I think you have to choose it first. It doesn't happen automatically just because you get with a woman that has children. You have to choose to be somebody's father who's not biologically yours, because it's a sacrifice and you may not get a reward out of it. But that person would choose to do all of the things that we talked about, including the definitions that Tina read. They would choose to do those things, have an active role, be there to help guide, help nurture, help grow, discipline, instill courage, all of the things that we said. But they have to make a very conscious effort to want to do that, because there are men who get with women who have children who are not fathers to those children.
Right. I think, and I just want to add to that as well. So a man that steps into a household where there are children, right? He does have to assume that role if he so chooses to do so. But I also think that it's a collective appointment of a role that has to be given to that man by not only the mother of the children, but the children themselves. I have never been a full supporter of, if this is my husband or this is my man, then he is your father.
Objection.
I knew you would object.
Objection on the floor.
I don't feel that you should force a child to look at a man who's not biologically their father and force them to call that man their father.
Let me ask this though.
And at the same time, don't force them to don't call that man your uncle either. That ain't your uncle.
Right.
Well, hold on.
That's Mr. Such and
Well,
Such.
Let me ask you.
I look at it this way. If we're married and you have children, I'll step into more of a mentor's role, and then, like you said, they would have to, because it would be a transition, especially if they know their father. If they don't know their father, and they'll probably be more receptive to a father figure. But I would step into more of a mentor role and let that child decide how they want to view me. And, you know, and like, but at the same time, there would have to be discipline.
And it also depends a lot on the ages of the children, how easy or hard it is for a man to come in.
It
The
Right.
does.
woman got
Oh,
three teenagers. It ain't even gonna be
And
easy.
and
Oh,
and,
wait,
it,
wait,
and to a certain extent, it also depends upon
hold on one
the
second.
le-
Hold that thought right there. Let me speak to this because I don't want to travel down to this road too far without me saying this part, right? I'm gonna say this. When a woman chooses to be with a man and a man chooses to be with a woman, the woman automatically relinquishes all parental rights if they're going to be in the house together. The man relinquishes all parental rights. And what that means is you are not taking over the role as a mother, you're not taking over the role as a father, but you are becoming that child's mother and father simultaneously with their biological parents because they are in the house. Because nobody is going to tell me that we are not going to be, we got to go through a process to get the kids to go along with it, to get the other parent to go along with it, and to get that parent to go along with it. Because not one person ever once said we're going to go through a process for me to bring the groceries in the household, or me to pay the We Energy bill, or me to pay the mortgage, or me to fix the car, or to do the grass. If we are not going through a process to get to them things, then we're not going through a process to be, like Mr. Mitchell just said, a mentor. We're not going through that process. I am your father. Father does not mean that you had to come out my nutsack. Father means that I'm here for the best interest of you, as the same as I am with the best interest of the woman. The woman should not even bring a man around, or the man should not bring a woman around that does not have the best interest of the entire unit at heart. So if you gotta scrutinize me coming into that house, I cannot go. That's just me.
Now I agree with the last piece of what you said.
Which piece?
The last piece of you should not bring.
Don't be
a
fighting
person,
the feeling.
You
know
should
you
not
agree
bring
with
a
it at
person
all.
into your family structure if, in fact, you can't trust them to be with your children,
or you
to
can't
be around
or
them,
around the whole family,
to parent or discipline.
But you
you
know,
don't have to be a father or mother to provide discipline and to provide love and care and concern for children.
See, because when you what I'm saying is this: when you don't let a person be that title, have that title in the house, or don't let them do what they do naturally. Naturally, we good guiders, we good communicators, but we get stifled a little bit, and then the disrespect come along. Right?
But I don't see I don't see it that way, because again, I know a lot of great outside parents who help to give that benefit and structure to a child. You have aunts that step up. I'm an aunt. I raised my nephew from the time he was 5 years old. I never forced my nephew to call me mom. He has a mother.
No, you ain't got to force him to call you
right.
that.
And the same thing
but because you his aunt.
I'm his aunt, and when I was married, his uncle was his uncle, and we raised him. I didn't make him feel as though he had to call me mom, or my husband to call him father.
Why would he call you mom if you his aunt?
Right. Well, again, that's
why,
because we are raising this child. We're giving discipline and parenting.
But that's not a mother or father title.
But it is. I'm doing everything a mother would do for a child.
You're doing everything an aunt would do for a child.
No, I treated him like he was my child.
But still, that was your nephew.
It's different.
No, it's not.
It's definitely
it's your blood.
different.
We'll just say that. It's your blood.
It is my blood.
That means you're going to treat your blood with kindness, care,
absolutely,
and great guidance.
Absolutely.
Right?
So you should do that regardless, because it's a child.
We're talking about somebody that's not your blood.
Doesn't matter.
So as a person that's not your blood, should the man not treat that person with kindness, care, and great guidance?
They should, as long as they are a part of that child's life.
Okay, so that with that kindness, care,
but
and
you
great
don't need
guidance,
a title of father to give that.
You can't go down the list and say you're gonna do all of these things that a father would do, but you can't be called father, or you can't do discipline, or you can't take on this role.
No one said you can't provide discipline. No one said that you can't care for this child as if this child is yours.
But you said you can't make.
But you can't force
somebody.
a child to call you father.
I didn't. Nobody ever said you're gonna force them to be called.
But
father.
you're saying that as long as you're in the household, giving all of this structure, guidance, development, parenting, that you should be considered the father.
I am the father. I didn't say, never once said you got to call me that, but I will be the father. I am the father.
So if they call you anything other than father,
they're gonna call you. They're gonna do no, that's not fun. That's what they're gonna do most of the time is they're gonna do what Jay Easy just said to Mr. Mitchell. They're gonna probably be like, Pop, what up, Pop?
Or they could call you Donald.
No, they can't.
Why not?
I'm never going for a child calling me that. It's never happened. A child will a child would never call me by a direct name. Never. It would never happen. We can't be in the same house.
That's a little bit disrespectful.
We on the same.
Don't call me by my
level.
name.
That's too disrespectful. There's a hierarchy.
But if you smashing their mother,
like
what they supposed to call you?
If you smashing their mother,
they would at least have to put Mr. in front of it.
You gonna call
me?
No,
it's Mr. Mitchell or something. Yeah, they can't call me Daryl.
Yeah, you gonna call me Pop. You gonna call me something. I'll tell you what. Matter of fact,
Pop is an acronym of father.
Okay, cool. That's probably what's gonna happen.
So you're demanding that they call you father, and I feel that that's inappropriate.
No, I don't like. I think what he mean. I think what he means is if don't call me by my name. If you gonna call me Pop, that's cool. You gonna call me Big Homie. You gonna call me OG. You gonna call me Sir. That's cool. But don't call me by my name because then we're equals.
Okay, so
you're a child.
Think about
you're
this,
not my equal.
Josh. If you're dating a woman who has children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And first time meeting you, she's introducing her children to you. She's not going to.
No.
Hey, Bobby Jr. Here's Pop.
No, see, and that's understood. That's understood. Wait, hold on, because that's understood. She's not gonna say this is Pop. She's gonna say this is Mr.
No, it depends on what stage you at. If you in stage 1 and you just coming through the door, right? You just walking through the door. Of course, you're not gonna be like, here go your new daddy,
right?
Or here go your new mom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you might be like, okay, this right here, this is Miss Tina, this Queen Ice, right? So this is what you're gonna do, right? And then when y'all get married up, you're gonna be like, well, you know, this is your father from now on. You know, this your mama. You know what I'm saying? Don't be disrespectful.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. Hold on.
It's gonna be.
Wait, hold on. Hold. Check this out. I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? If you was in the house with me, or the dream experience was in the house with me, at some stage, y'all gonna be like, man, this gotta be a little disrespectful for that little girl to be walking around here at 6 years old calling me Tina or calling me the dream.
I wouldn't mind them calling me Miss Tina.
No, we ain't saying nothing about Miss. We saying either because Miss or Mr. is more disrespectful than just a straight name.
Really?
For a child to call you, what you think a child gonna come in the house and say, hey, Mr. Mitchell, hey, Mr. J Easy, hey, Miss Experience.
That's a sign
Absolutely
of respect.
No, that's an absolute sign of disrespect.
Well, by the time I get to a point to where I'm living with somebody, well, number one, I'm not gonna live with nobody I'm not married to, and I should thoroughly know her children by then, and they should know me well enough to know what kind of relationship we're gonna have, or that's by the time we get to that point, we should be at a point with the children and with the mother or whatever, the way it should. We should have some groundwork laid.
Yeah, you're gonna have groundwork laid. But what we gonna do is we're gonna let's keep this real, right? We're gonna keep this real. Go ahead. We're gonna keep it real. Listen, I know what people think. I know what people want to say.
I'm in the gym right now.
Are afraid to say. A lot of people are afraid to say the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going to be in the house accepting of a child calling you by your name. If you put Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, I got you, in front of the person that's leading or that's involved in the household that's got that hierarchical role, it can be looked at as very disrespectful because, especially to the person who is the other parent that's not in the house. That could look, why are they walking around calling you Mr. this, Mr. that? What don't make sense? Because this is how you gonna guide somebody in the real way. In real you got something to say, dream experience, because y'all pissing me off.
I hear what you're saying, brother, but I have to respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I figured that.
You know,
He didn't hear the rule.
Yeah, hey, it's a rule. Tell them the rules, Dream. Rule.
The rule is if you disagree, don't say nothing.
Hey, hold on one second, y'all. Let's go
with
comments here. So Mr. McDaniel said the title of dad is earned, not given.
Who are you earning it from, though,
I
Mr.
agree
McDaniel?
with that.
Who are you earning it from, Mr. McDaniel?
The moment you put the smackdown on your mama, she gonna automatically call you daddy. However, I think what he's saying is that the title of father or dad needs to be earned
from
by you, from the children.
Y'all need to stop with this nonsense, man. How do you? Let me say this. Okay, we gonna act like let's throw it out there and say, yeah, that is the truth. How do you? How is it earned? How is it earned from you? Not you. I want to hear that, Mr. McDaniel.
Go ahead.
I want to hear that.
Mr. McDaniel, how is it earned?
Please answer him in the chat because I'd love to hear his response to your answer.
I would too. Let's hear that, Mr.
All right,
McDaniel.
we're gonna move on to the next comment while we're waiting on Mr. McDaniel to answer the question. Bobby Simmons said, I myself had a male parent that most people would call a stepfather and or a stepdad. I knew my biological father, but I call my father. He took care of us as his own. He had all responsibility.
And that's the answer
Bobby Simmons,
to
when
your
you
previous question.
Your stepfather, father, for the very first time, was it because you saw that he was capable of being the father that you wanted him to be for you?
It didn't matter who he wanted him to be. It mattered who the man was.
Okay, and he had to prove to this child, to Mr. Simmons, that he could be that father for him.
Listen, how old? Okay, so you talking about he had to prove it to him, right?
Absolutely.
What if he was 2?
What do you mean? What if he was 2?
He figured out he was 2 years old.
Well, that's a different
Even
dynamic.
if he was.
Give me the 2-year-old dynamic. I want to hear it. Please give it to me.
So obviously, in the early stages, a 2-year-old really doesn't understand.
What age do you have to be?
An adult's role in your life. Everybody to a 2-year-old is mama and daddy.
What stage do you need to be, though? Let's hear that.
You have to be obviously of some type of educational age where you're in school and you're learning and developing relationships with people. So that's when you start to understand that's my teacher, that's not my mom. Those are my classmates. They're not my friends. They're not my siblings. They're not my cousins. They're my classmates.
So 5.
I would say around 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
Absolutely.
So he proved a man.
So can I?
4 or 5-year-old.
Absolutely.
Can I jump in here?
She's a little warm, y'all.
I'm not. I'm sitting under a heater, first of all, so I might be.
Go ahead before we read these next ones. Go ahead.
Let me jump in here just to say my real life experience. You already know the dynamics. My real life experience. I met my ex-husband when my daughter was 4. And when I introduced my daughter to him, I said, this is my daughter. And I called her by her name and I told her his name. And so from that day till this, she calls him by his name.
But she respects him as a father figure or a parent figure because that's probably what he was for the duration of her life.
From the time she was 4 and she's 31.
What?
So
what from the time she was 4 till she's 31?
She calls him by his name.
Speak to her statement.
So
no. Speak to her statement.
Go ahead.
What specifically? Does she see him as a father figure?
A father, say father figure.
So much so that they don't speak at all. She don't want to speak to him right now. Same, different reasons, but she don't speak to her biological father, and she don't speak to her stepfather. But we've never called him stepfather in this house. And then I went on to have 4 biological children from him. So all 4 of them called him dad, but she still called him by his name and did not choose to change it.
Wait a minute. Hold on, cowgirl. Slow it down here. Do the other 4 still speak to him?
3 of the 4 still speak to him.
Okay. It's 2 just disrespectful, huh?
Oh my goodness.
2 just disrespectful. Well, they're 2 that don't have their boundaries.
No, I don't know what the whole situation is, so I'm just messing around on that part. I'm just messing around on that part, right? But
all right, let's bring Mr. McDaniel in because I think he has an answer verbally to your question.
Okay, we're gonna bring, and then we're gonna get back to these comments.
Right.
This is the question. You ready, Mr. McDaniel? It's on you.
All right.
Okay, let me switch.
Hold on, player. Is you laying down?
He is.
I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, we gonna bring you to sit up, big bro.
you gotta sit up with some authority.
I'm sitting up, but I'm not laying down. But I've been up since 4 this morning.
Hey, we know, man. You got a short time. You tired. What's your the title of dad is earned, not given?
Explain how a man is supposed to earn.
Who is it earned from?
Right. Who is it earned from, and how does he gain that title?
It's strange you asked me that question because I actually went through it myself.
We didn't ask you that. Hold on one second.
Hold on.
We didn't ask you that question. We told you to speak to your comment.
I'm going to answer your question in full.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No comment. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, bro. Let's hear it.
In full. The title dad or father is earned from you earn it from the child, in all honesty. A child's not going to automatically just walk up to you, run up to you, and start calling you dad or father just because of your gender. And then you have to earn that child's respect, just like you have to earn theirs. You can't just think that you're going to walk in, okay, I'm dad because I married your mom. That ain't going to work. It just don't work like that.
Keep it going. Keep going.
When my mother married my stepfather, I called him by his first name initially. He earned that title, Poppy or Dad, for me and my brother. So that being said, he earned that by the way he treated my mother, things he did, how he mentored us, things he taught us, and then most importantly, how he respected us as her kids.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you?
Oh,
Yep.
23 when they first met.
Oh, come on, man. Hey, man, bro, come on, bro.
23.
You gonna say something?
No, I'm gonna let you speak.
No, you speak.
Can I say something?
People develop new relationships
to
all
that.
the time. So I don't see anything wrong with the fact that his mother's new husband had to earn the respect of her children.
But they was already men. They was already grown men.
But to her?
Speak. Hold on one second.
To him, he was already a grown man. So yeah, he had to earn their respect.
Let the man speak.
They was already grown men. No, they was already grown men. They were over 21. They was grown men. Of course, he had to earn their respect for coming in their mama life.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. As a man, and my mom, I'm in my 30s. If my mom walk up to me call me right now and say, baby, I got a new boyfriend, that brother gotta earn my respect.
And you never gonna call him father.
No.
33. What are you, 33, 34?
I'm gonna call him sir. I'm gonna say sir because he older than me, but he gotta earn my respect.
Yeah.
Okay,
He gotta, in my mind, you gotta understand where a man come from when it comes to his mother. Y'all looking at it from a woman's point of view. As a man, when you walk in my mother's life, look, you gotta come with it. Because the first time I call my mama, or I go by my mama's house and it's a problem, brother, you gotta see me. And then also I'm saying that from a biased point of view too, because I seen a man put their hands on my mom. So you gotta come with it. They was already grown men. That respect had to be earned. But as a kid,
exactly. It's a different. Yes,
sir, I know it. I came in the door.
Hold up.
Go ahead, Mr. McDaniel. Go ahead.
I'm trying to understand how y'all feel or think that kids don't have feelings, or kids don't have a say in how they feel or how they look at people.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Just
ain't nobody saying that.
Either they don't have feelings or they don't have an understanding of what's going on.
Let me bounce back on that one.
That's on that parent.
You asked me a question, so I'm gonna answer the gentleman's question. I'm gonna come back and this other perspective. First off, yeah, he had to come. Watch this. He had to come back and earn the respect from us. At the same time, though, it was not overnight that this stuff happened, man.
You can't keep that. Hold on, Mr. McDaniel. Hold on, one second. The only reason why I'm breaking this up is because okay, good.
You said good.
No, he gone. But the only reason why I'm breaking that up was because he's not speaking from a child's perspective. That is not a child. 23 is not a child's perspective. I would never call a man father or dad or pop if I met him at the age of 23. I'm on my own. I probably got kids. By 23, I already had kids. I'm not going to call another man daddy or pops when he coming to. I'm not in the house. He's not taking care of me.
Are?
At 23?
Yeah.
Then I'm a bum.
It doesn't matter. So if you were in the house at 23, grown as hell, and this man comes in and takes care of the whole household,
the reason
you're not going to still give him the title of pops?
Because I'm a bum. A bum got to give that type of stuff. A bum has to give it.
Born. Okay, I want to take it back to
a 23-year-old man living in his mama house. I mean, you can backslide and go back. I get that. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it happens all the time.
No, I'm talking about backslide and go. But we talking about somebody that's just living there.
I have sons who are in prison. They went to prison as
when
teenagers.
They come out,
when
they can
come
live
home,
with you.
guess where they going?
They gonna
to
go
mama
with you.
house.
And
I'll be goddamn if I allow you or anyone to consider them bums because they didn't have the same opportunities.
No, that ain't. Hold up, that's a whole different
with
thing.
Having to be able to develop into being a man.
That's a different thing because they coming home from the penitentiary.
Absolutely.
They coming home from penitentiary.
So you can't say that just because they living at home.
1 second.
So if they come home,
hold on, wait.
And I got a new man in my house.
No, hold on 1 second.
They supposed to call that man pops because he's taking care of everything.
Like I said, they can even have a backslide. Didn't I just say backslide? I said you could have a backslide and you can go back home for a minute, right? But somebody that's at 23 at home and never left is what I'm talking about is a bum. You dig what I'm saying? And that we can dress code it. We can
or they could be developmentally challenged.
Well, that's a different story, though. That's a different variable you putting in.
You can't blanket a statement and expect for me not to have a rebuttal.
Listen, if somebody's 23, able-bodied in mind individual that is staying at home at 23
and never left
is a bum. This is what they are, and it's no sugar.
Okay,
it's no sugar.
Can I go back?
1 second, I'm gonna let you go. Go. You hold that thought right there.
Has some adult children at home that have never left.
That's cool. That is cool. But when we're talking about an adult male, right? Mama getting with somebody, and the adult male is 20 plus 23. There is no way on the planet that a new man is walking into my life at 23 and I'm going to be like, what up, dad?
Exactly.
Or pop. We talking about babies here, though. We talking about 4, 5, 6 years, 10. But we ain't. Once a person get to be 17 and 18, I don't even expect that cat to be around. I'm gonna give you a good guy. Look here, man. Get you a job. Get up out of my house, man. You know, woo, woo, woo.
That is so
You know what I'm saying?
You kicking the kid out when
No. I'm talking about like I'm giving them good guidance for the future. Look here, man. Get you a job. Learn what you gotta learn. Get you a place to live. Go and get you a girl. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? If you need to come back for a couple minutes, come back. You got 2-3 weeks. Get up out of here again. You can do that, but at that age, I'm talking about a 5-year-old. I'm not talking about a 20-year-old. I'm not talking. If any confusion on my part, sorry, excuse me if I cause any confusion. But if somebody is over 18, that motherfucker can't be in my house. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm talking about I'm not gonna have somebody in my house. I'm not expecting that person to call me anything other than Born Power. What's up, Born? You know, I got a couple guys that call me Power. What up, Power?
All right.
You dig what I'm saying? I get that.
But they're not calling you pops.
They adults.
Or dad or
they
father.
are. We meeting as adults.
Absolutely.
We meeting as adults.
Absolutely.
You dig what I'm saying? It's only one name I'm gonna give out when I meet somebody as adult. Hey, baby. You know what I mean? To the girl. Yeah, what up, baby?
God.
How my baby doing? Mr. McDaniel.
Crazy.
Can I go back to the point Mr. McDaniel was making?
Go for it. And Mr. McDaniels is back too.
Okay.
Mr. McDaniels is back. Sorry.
Okay. The point that I want to make is if a woman has children and a man comes into their life, even if those children are kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that man has to come in earning the respect of the children in that house, because those children, just because they're kids, don't mean they don't have an opinion. It doesn't mean they don't have intuition. It doesn't mean that they don't have feelings about that person who's coming into their space. And if that man doesn't accept the whole package, then that woman needs to put him back where she found him.
The whole package of disrespect.
The motherfucking dough.
The whole package of disrespect. What's the package? What is the package?
The mother
the package is the mother and the children.
Is the mother disrespectful to the man?
No, I'm not saying
she should be allowing him and inviting him in the home.
Well, hold up. How you know he's in his house?
Or if they're cohabitating.
No, that's not the
Doesn't
same.
matter.
No, if he invited her into his house, is that different?
No, there is no difference. If I'm coming to your house with my minor children, I'm not going to require my minor children to call you father
You
or
ain't got nothing to do with it.
daddy.
I'm gonna require it. See,
and that's where I'm gonna walk me and my kids right back up out that
where y'all
goddamn
going?
door.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna get it like that. Requiring it.
I came from somewhere.
You gave up the place to come to the house.
I ain't gave up shit.
You're not gonna get it like that.
That means it wasn't truthful anyway. If you didn't give up your place, to come get with me in my place, then that means you had a distrust in you anyway. I don't want you there.
But by the time that y'all are going to be moving in together or living together, the relationship between the man and the children, or the woman and the man's children, should be kind of established before y'all even get to that point.
Yeah,
of moving in together.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yep. That's peace.
Absolutely. So those boundaries have to be set. And
early on.
If that is an issue for you, like I'm moving into your household with me and my kids, this is something we've talked about, but it ain't happened yet. Then it's to be understood that based on how you feel, my kids are going to respect and call you father.
Your pop something.
Pop something. All right. So then knowing that, and I'm not going to force my kids to call you daddy.
What's the force? You try to control your kids too much.
I'm not going to force.
Your kids might be looking for pop.
If that's what they're looking for, they're going to find it in whomever they so choose to find it.
Exactly. That was the point I was going to make. If they are looking for that, they'll make that decision.
Thank you.
That is not an
They
exact.
will find it in whomever they so choose to do so.
Tripping.
It may not be you. It could be an uncle. It could be a granddad. It could be a teacher. It could be a mentor. Doesn't mean that it has to be you.
It's me if you in this house. That's
oh
what
my God.
And
And if you require that, that's a surefire way not to get it.
Absolutely.
To get what?
Absolutely.
If you require them to call you pops because they're minors, that's a surefire way not to get it.
Well, listen, I'm saying this. If they come into the house with me, right? So first of all, like Mr. Mitchell just said, we got an established event going on between the man and the woman, right? And if the man and the woman are established, she know I'm not bogus. I know she's not bogus. When she comes into the house, I'm going to call her my wife. I'm going to call her kids my kids, right?
Right.
She going to call my kids, me, her husband, and my kids, her kids. Why would my kids not call her mom?
I wouldn't require it.
I ain't ask you about requirement. It's automatic. It's automatic.
That's why I'm saying, man, all that should be established before y'all get to that point. It should be because y'all sounded like we just met, boom, we living together. No, this is gonna be that's when I say the process, I'm talking about over the dating period. Not so much a process once you get together. Over the dating period, there's a process of getting to know the children on both sides.
Yeah.
Right. So during that process, Mr. Mitchell, you get to know the kids. At some point, do you anticipate that they're going to call you pops?
I don't anticipate it, no. But if I would leave it up to them, but they would not call me by my name.
You would leave it up to them.
Yeah, you leave
it.
Hey, y'all leave it. See, the one thing that I'm tripping off of, right, is seriously, and this is not even playing around, right? A lot of times we as adults leave a lot up to children. Mr. McDaniel, when I was saying children, like I said, I apologize if I cause any confusion. I was talking about
minor children,
10, 5. Hold on one second. 10, 5, little people. We're not talking about adults, though, right? So, but we saying like we leaving. What I'm saying is we leaving too much up to a child's discretion, right? The man is not in the house. I'm not a woman abuser. I'm not gonna be beating on this woman. I'm not finna do that. He might think I am, but I ain't. You know, I dig.
But see, here's the part that some people miss, though. We don't know what
your audio is messed up.
Messing up.
Your audio is messing up, Mr. McDaniel.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear nothing you said. Go for it. And then we're gonna, after Mr. McDaniel make this, we're gonna read these comments real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. See, one of the things I'll take into consideration, because I'm in that situation now, nobody takes into account what happened or transpired before you came in the picture. There could have been another guy in the picture that, messed that avenue up for to call you dad off the top or after you've been there for a while. If you force it up on a man, they're gonna resent you. At the same time, if they start doing it on their own accord, based on your demeanor, how you treat them, how you do things, how you handle yourself, what you do, how you do it, what you instill in them, that's gonna come.
Yes, naturally.
I used me as an example because normally you don't get grown men to call another man pops, dad, or anything else, regardless. But when you see a man take those steps and always there, if you need advice, if you need support, if you need whatever, that man earned that title.
Right.
But then at the same time, I'm in that position, and there was a situation before I came into the picture or came into the fold. Things happened, things transpired. That trust in that relationship was ruined, and they're hesitant because that dude's no longer in the picture. Yo, look, what if he does the same thing?
Got a question? We got a question for that. What Mr. Mitchell said. You heard what Mr. Mitchell said, Mr. McDaniel?
I heard you. I heard him.
Okay, what he said was exactly what I'm going to ask about. What do you establish beforehand, before you get into the house? Because all of that right there will be established way before you get into the house.
Everything was established before I moved into the house. At the same time, though, there's an understanding that you have to get to. There's a mutual understanding of what is expected and what is not expected. And then the expectations come from both behalves. And then I had to accept what comes with it. And also I had to put boundaries. I have boundaries for everything that goes on in the house. So it's not like anything's done out of disrespect, or I say it's not like things are done disrespectfully or maliciously, but there are boundaries in place.
My bad.
Okay, that's peace. And then I got the other side. One more question, and then we're gonna read these comments, right? The last question is this: like, you ran down what the man do for the child to see and all of this stuff. So are you saying that you're only going to respect somebody that does the things that you want them to do, not what a man does that we might consider a man in providing and showing love and taking care of a house and doing all of those things, because you kind of gave a list that meant like, oh, she's only gonna love what I do coming down. If I don't do these things, then it ain't gonna be no love towards me. That's
well, here's the thing. Is love towards me as a person. It's not about just the things I do. It's just me as a person.
Okay, so are we wiping out the things that you said then?
No, we're not wiping out nothing. But along with those things, you also be a person. You also be human.
Okay, so what does that look like? Because those things,
what does that look like? That looks like me encouraging them. That looks like me teaching them things. That looks like me spending time with them and also getting an understanding of what that child is and what they need.
Okay, yeah, that's different than what you said as far as the list you was running down, because that list is like, if you don't do this, then I can't show you no respect.
That's what they work together.
They could work together, but a lot of times when we got to be careful. It's a fine line between a lot of that stuff that we're talking about, because a lot of times a child could say, well, my mama buy me this. I've heard this argument. My mama buy this for me, or something, right? But reality, the mama got the money from the daddy, the father, even if it's biological or not.
Right.
They still look at it like it only came from the mama,
right,
but it came from the household. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't got any say so in that matter when my mama bought me this. See, that's
a discipline issue right there, though. That's a discipline issue, not a father-child issue.
Okay, look. Watch this. When the way we do things here, and we do have minor kids involved. Power, I have a 9-year-old. She has a 12-year-old. Those are minor kids in the household, right? We don't say who bought what. That's not even a thing for us. They know that we do things collectively.
Kids. So what I'm saying is,
I said,
say my mama.
No, what you're saying, my mama got me this. We do everything. We do it collectively.
Place, and the mother respectfully allowed them to do that.
You just spoke to everything you said tonight. Wait a second. Hold that thought. Let her talk. She talking. Let her talk. She just said she spoke to everything she said tonight. Go ahead, say it again.
Essentially, when a child steps outside of a child's place, it's because the mother allowed that to happen.
The mother allowed it. Keep going.
So when you're talking about things that a child may say, like, oh, my mama bought me this jacket, or my mama bought me these shoes, that's because historically, even before you, especially if you're the non-biological parent,
add on, keep going.
The mother allowed that to happen. She has given them that habitual provision to be able to do that.
Hey,
however,
it always comes right back around to where I started at, but we'll keep going.
However, when it comes down to a child wanting to respect an outside party to give him such a title, I feel that to Mr. McDaniel's point, it has to be earned. You have to show that child by way of action that you are caring for them and you have their best interests at heart. You can tell the mom all day long, but the child has free will to make the decision on their own, whether or not what you're doing is good enough for them.
I've been in situations where the moment I've met a child, the child say, "Is that my daddy?"
And that's fucked up.
That's great.
No, fucked up. And I'm gonna say it. It's not okay that the mother has now relinquished her ability to guide the child in a proper direction. That child should not be going up to any man saying, "Are you my daddy?"
No, I ain't saying any
Are
man.
you my? Well, if the child did it to you, just imagine how easily and effortlessly it was happening in everyday life.
You know, kids
walking down the mall. Is that my daddy?
No. You know, kids recognize a man. They recognize a man. You know, it don't matter what it is. A child recognizes.
They
that's a man.
gravitate towards people who they feel have good souls.
Exactly. And they say
and they can pick up on
Yeah,
vibes
that's a fact.
without even having one single conversation. I have walked into a classroom full of kids, and all the kids come running to me as if they've known me their whole damn life.
Exactly.
Because they picked up on my aura, my
They
vibe.
might. I bet they probably even said, "Mama Ice, you gonna let us come to the party?"
Goddamn Mama Ice. But they don't call me mom either.
What they call you?
Miss Tina.
Read these comments.
Mama Ice.
Right. Next comment by Stacy. She said, "Oh, they're gonna call you something, huh? LOL."
Yep, they sure will. And I don't care if they 32, 30.
Oh my God.
Say it.
Stacy said, "Tina, I can't type this much. LOL." Shaking my head. Bobby Simmons, I guess for me and my siblings, we didn't see nor use the word step. I have cousins that aren't blood, but I'd be damned. We're not cousins. I agree with that, Bobby Simmons. I also was raised by a stepfather. I never called that man my stepfather. He was my father. I met this man when I was 3 years old, and he's the person who raised me. And so that's who I consider to be my dad.
But see, the younger the child, the more impressionable they are. If you catch a kid at that,
my dad.
No, why'd you call him that?
toddlers are extremely more impressionable than older children.
At 3.
I did.
What did you expect about him at 3?
What do you mean? What did I respect about him? The fact that he had a good soul.
Forget about what you respected about him. What did you disrespect about anybody else at 3? I don't care who it is.
Oh, let me tell you. I disrespect. I couldn't stand this little boy who lived down the hall who always used to bully me at 3. And I remember at 3, my uncle telling me to go bash that little boy head in with my play hammer, but I grabbed a real hammer and knocked the shit out of him. I had feelings. I had feelings at 3 years old, and memories were starting to formulate.
Okay.
JJ said, for me, father is just the donor, and a dad is the one that's there for the kids when they're sick or to help them with their homework and all of the above.
As long as they can do something, huh? Okay.
Bobby Simmons, what the heck? If the guy comes to your mom's house, where is his home? He could never get my respect. He's a user.
Exactly.
So if you decided to move in my house, you a user now?
I'm a user anyway. You did.
Oh my God.
I say that, put the H in front of the ER. I'm gonna use her. You feel me? We gonna keep it going. I like the dream experience. Look,
she is so disgusted at you right now.
She's always disgusted at me. She's always. That's why I love her so much.
Yes, I love her.
Hey, listen. On this discussion.
Yes.
Can we switch over to the other one?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Hey, I got to switch over for 1 second. I got to show you.
Oh, but before we do,
go ahead, make your
I need to add one final tidbit.
Final argument.
Especially speaking to the piece that we saw at the very beginning where the guy was saying like how difficult it is for Black men or just men in general to gain the respect of court systems when they want to step in and be a full-time dad to their children because the mom isn't the ideal parent in that situation. I'm going to say this because I have legal experience with this matter. I used to work down at the courthouse. I volunteered my time for 6 months helping in the self-help center in the courthouse, where we would help families, whether it be men, women, in regards to the family, children matters, child support, it didn't matter. And I sat back and I watched and had the pleasure of listening to some really great men tell their stories about how they're trying, but for some reason the court system just isn't allowing them to be the father that they want to be. And what I want to say to that is this: if you are as adamant as you are, as a mother would be for their children, keep pushing, because no matter if the court tells you no 1 time or 10 times, that's your child. You should go hard for them the way that a mother would go hard for their children. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from being a 24/7 mom. Not a court, not a law enforcement, not a nobody. So if you feel defeated by the court system, continue to fight. Your children are well worth it.
That's peace. And here's my piece on it. And then each one of y'all can get y'all 30-second in too. But my piece is that to what Queen Ice just said and what the gentleman in the clip was saying, and the women too. I've been through that system. I've been through there fighting for 8, 9, 10 years of trying to get the children. Been dogged out by not only the mother, but the court system. And eventually I ended up getting one of the children, custody of one of the children. You know, you gotta be a fucked up mother to have to relinquish the rights to your child.
Right.
But the court don't see it that way, because the court really want to hold a lot of men down. Right.
I wouldn't even say a lot of men. I would say a lot of Black men, because as I sat in that self-help development center, I had all races come and sit down and tell me their issues. And a lot of times it was more so the Black men that were facing these challenging obstacles in the courtroom. I would tell a Hispanic man and a white man and a Black man all the same thing. And I would repeatedly the Hispanic or white person would come back to me and be like, Tina, thank you for your help. You helped me with this, and that. But the Black man is just like, I did exactly what you told me to do. I said exactly what you wanted me to say. And I still got met with challenges. Yeah, I got met with challenges for a long time. I actually, real quick, I'm gonna just say this and then we can move on to the next person. But I got met with one of the challenges when the GAL right, never came to my home, right, but came back and gave her, what do you call it when they give the statement? It might be just the GAL statement. Yep. Right. The guardian ad litem statement. Yeah. So they gave she gave her statement. Black woman nonetheless. She gave her statement, and everything in her statement was false. Right. Came from a falsified place because she never been to my place at the time. Right. So while we was in the courtroom, the judge ordered her supervisor to go out with her. Right. So the other attorney had to go out with her. Right. So they came out to my place. He stepped 1 foot in the house and said, "Is this the place you said you came to?" And she was like, "Yeah," but she had never been there. This is the challenges that men face. Right. So automatically he seen it was 2 bedrooms in the house at the time. He seen that. He seen that the place was well kept. Right. He seen all of that. So he was like, your report was wrong, and he had to write her up. The GAL actually was bogus with me. I found out years later that he recommended the mother to go to recommended psychiatry for the mother, but he never gave that to the court. You dig what I'm saying? So this is one of the challenges that men face in the courtroom too. So those are some of my personal ones. But go ahead, real quick. Anybody else, and then we can go over here. I want to do this other video if y'all good.
Hey, I had to go through the same thing before with my kids too. You have these guardian items. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be white, and the deck is automatically stacked against you anyway. So
absolutely,
what happened to me is, dude said that I need to go to anger management. I'm one of the calmest cats you can come across. At the same time, what he didn't know is in the military, I had anger management, alcohol abuse classes, drug abuse classes, and everything else. So all this stuff is already in my background, but they're judging me without even knowing who I am or what I'm about.
All the time.
So the system is, I hate to, it's just like the criminal system for us. It's stacked against us before, and it's stacked against us, and we're judged before we even get in the courtroom.
Absolutely.
So.
I wholeheartedly agree on that.
Dream experience.
I have never had the experience with the court because I never took either of my children's father to court for child support or anything like that. I feel like they know they have children in the world, and if they have the men they supposed to be, they will support them or they won't. But I'm not chasing them down for that. So that's that part. But coming from the experience of being a daughter, when my mother left my father, she left him. Like, I'm taking her back to New York, where I come from. Don't come looking for her or it's going to be a problem for you. Now, I don't know what they were going through. I was 2 years old, but I do know when I was 4 and I started to ask about my father, my mother got in contact with my grandparents in Milwaukee. And from that point forward, I was going back and forth just about every summer. But it took my father years, and I mean years, to be able to emotionally connect with me after I was just swiped from him. And I don't think people give men the benefit of the doubt when it comes to their feelings get hurt too. Their emotions are tied into those children too. And it's always thought okay when a mother takes her child and goes. And I don't think the fathers who are left to feel the pain of losing their child, I don't think enough credence is given to that emotional pain that they suffer. And then what they do with that pain once they have it.
Right. Yeah, that's peace.
It's peace. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, that's our take on that little first video. So, we're going to switch it up just a tad bit. We have another video clip that we would like to discuss, and it's more along the lines of men and challenges. So we're going to jump right into this video, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, it's going to be a few seconds, y'all. Cracking.
Getting old, my brother.
I see. Hold on. Ready?
And go.
Ready? Y'all ready? This is for you, the dream experience.
Okay.
What's up is why you've been lying to me for 11 years, telling me that DJ is my real son.
We can stop it right there.
Why you been lying to me?
What have I been lying about?
I got a DNA test done.
A DNA saying what?
Saying that he's not my son.
Let me see this DNA test.
You don't need to see it. I saw it.
How DNA test gonna say?
How you gonna be lying to me for 11 years? Why would you do that to me?
Where's the lie?
The lie is you. You are the lie. You have been lying to me for 11 years, having me believe that my son that I've been raising for 11 years is not really my son. Like, how could you do that to me? Like, what can you say for yourself right now?
What made you get a DNA test?
Because I went through your phone.
And why?
Talking about me, laughing and bragging, telling your friends that I have no idea that he's really not my son. So I went and got a DNA test done. Like, you think I'm stupid or something? Like, how could you do this to me?
You know what?
What?
You had no business going through my phone and
You care more about me going through your phone than you lying to me about my son not being mine? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You care more about being humiliated and me finding out that our son is not really my son and that he has a different father. I sure have, because I thought he was my son. Because you've been lying to me this whole time.
What are you talking about? Does it matter?
It does matter. Are you crazy? What do you mean? That absolutely matters. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? You don't see anything wrong with what you did? You've been lying to me. You've been sitting here lying to me for 11. Of course I love him, but I can't. But you guys can't stay. You can't stay here anymore.
Where we gonna go?
I don't know. It's not my problem. 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 You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You can't stay here. I don't know. It's not my problem. I did my job.
All right. Let's not hold on 1 second.
Before y'all jump in, we got a comment we want to read right quick.
1 second. I want to hear this one too.
Bobby Simmons said to JJ, I totally disagree with the donor statement. Women always say that type of stuff. If he's a donor, what are women, a person in need? Donors are always bad. He also said you have blood banks, kidney donors, organ donors, etc. I'm here for response.
Let's hear it,
JJ. Bobby Simmons wants an answer from you.
He wants an answer to this one. Donors, let's go.
All right, but let's jump right into this little clip. Experience, go ahead. Speak your piece on this clip we just watched.
Well, I posted that because, you know, they say we go hard for the women in this group. And my thing is, I go hard for what I feel is right. And it doesn't matter the gender. And if that video is everything that it appears to be, then she was dead ass wrong. Ain't no real way around that story. You have a man that is there providing, doing all the things that we just said fathers do, all the while you know that that's not his biological son, and you didn't give him the choice. He might have still chose to be there, but she didn't give him the choice. And that is the disrespectful part. And now not only did she hurt him, she hurt her son too.
Got a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Did she not really give him a choice because he had sex with two guys, I'm assuming around the same time? Right? So he know he had sex with her, right? So it could have been his baby, right?
Which is why he believed it was.
Right.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that the moment that she felt confident enough to share with other people.
Oh, she diving into deep waters, ain't she? Go ahead.
That he was not the child's father. That also should have been a feeling or expression that she should have shared with him.
Let me ask this though: how did they find out that he was not the child's father?
He took a DNA. He said it.
That is not true. He
That's
went into her. Well, he went into her phone.
He went into her phone.
And then he took the thing
and saw that she was having discussions with other people about him not being the father of her child.
Exactly.
So that prompted him to take a DNA.
Exactly. But what was he doing in her phone?
Doesn't matter if they live together, cohabitating as husband and wife.
You're not supposed to be in somebody's phone.
Why not?
That's distrust.
It's not distrust.
He's absolutely wrong for that thing.
Ain't no way he's wrong. Listen,
he's wrong.
He could have went in that phone innocently enough to look for something, maybe a picture that he wanted to blow up, surprise her with.
You be having them, don't you?
I'm just saying. I mean, hypothetically, there are so many reasons why he may have been in. Who's to say he was in her phone looking for something?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, she fits a lot of women in this world nowadays that are using men to have these kids and manipulating the wrong brother in the situation. Now the real father ain't no telling. He could have been married. She didn't want to blow that up. You know, it's a whole bunch of different scenarios.
She chose
a whole bunch
she felt was going to be the better father for her child. I feel like she knew early on because she made the conscious decision to sleep with two different people. So she knew early on it could have been a 50-50 chance it was either one of them. But it sounds like she didn't tell him that it was a 50-50 chance because this DNA option would have come up a long time ago.
Sounds like she knew from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Like you knew from the beginning. And my thing is, even if he went in her phone looking for something, there must have been something that made him want to look or check. Maybe he was looking to see if she was cheating on him. But what he found was what she was telling her friends already.
The way he sounded, he was pretty adamant that he wasn't the father. So
He was
she's
adamant
pretty
to
confident in that.
that DNA test. He took the extra step
Right.
to get the DNA to ensure that once he
And
confronted her with that, there
the
would
child is the one who's going to suffer the most in this situation. That's what's the most hurtful about that video.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I concur. She can walk away, he can walk away eventually, but that child is going to suffer the most.
And if we brought it back around to the court discussion, let's just say hypothetically, because we don't know, but let's just say hypothetically, he's the better parent. No court in the land would give him custody of that boy, even though he's the better parent, because he's not the biological father, even though she had him thinking he was for 11 years.
Yeah, but by that same token, there are courts that would make him pay child support.
Well, again, there are some legal remedies that he could pursue. Let's say, for example, he is the alleged father on the birth certificate. So it's been
Right.
that he's taking ownership of being the father, whether it be that he was led to believe that in this case, or whether it be that he knowingly knew that this wasn't his child, but I'm going to take responsibility. So
Right.
in that case, once he signs that legal document saying I'm the father, regardless of DNA, a court would never separate that man from that child. It's only if he then relinquishes his parental rights does the courts then say, well, you gave up your rights as a parent afterwards, so sorry, there you have no recourse.
Yeah. In Texas, you can't relinquish your rights unless both parties agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hate that this was a big trigger for Mr. McDaniel. I hope he's okay.
Right. I think that a lot of times when a person is starting to have distrust, then they find out different things. If I'm married to you or I'm married to the Dream, I'm not thinking about, going through your phone unless I'm feeling not right. Right. Now, what I find out in that phone is going I thought somebody said it, but what I find out in that phone is what I was looking for. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to be some hurtful things more than likely. You know what I mean? So I think he was wrong in going into that phone in the first place. That's just my opinion on him being why he was in that phone. I have no idea. But then if you got to worry about the lady that's in the house with you, and then you got to go secretly take a DNA test, you are 200% out of order. You know what I'm saying? He could have told her when he looked at that phone, he could have said, look, I see that you are not, I wouldn't advise looking in the phone. But if he looking at that phone and say, you just told somebody that's not my son, let's go take a DNA test. You dig what I'm saying? And then to say, yeah, I love him, right? He said that on the video. She asked him, don't you love him or something to that effect? And he said, yeah, I love him. And he said, y'all got to get out. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So now this boy that
I think that was just his emotions talking at the time because he was hurt, and hopefully, I'm guessing that when he calmed down, he was probably a little bit more civil about it.
Yeah.
But in the spur of the moment, man, you can see where anybody could react that way.
But it was his emotions acting. It was his emotions acting that made him go into the phone in the first place.
We don't know that. You can't assume that based
Yeah,
on
that'd be speculation.
again, that could have been
wait,
a
hold
completely
up.
innocent find.
Wait, listen.
What if he picked up her phone to answer it because it was ringing and she said, baby, answer that?
I'm gonna look here.
See, my phone even had no lock on it, so anybody could go through it.
Hold on 1 second. Can y'all see my phone? Y'all see that? There is no way it can be a completely innocent find. Like you said, if he went into it for a picture, then he can't find something in the text messages.
Yes, he can.
How?
Because the text message could pop up right here.
You're right. That's what I was just about to say. When I get a text message, it pops up on my screen.
Hold on, Mr. Mitchell. So you backing her up on her reaching for that. And when I
when I get a text message, it pops up on my screen.
No, sir.
It does. I'm just saying.
No, sir. So
I'm not back. I'm just telling my truth. This is my truth.
We can assume that, but we can't assume what I was saying. See, mine is a reach, but what y'all just said is not a reach.
I'm not saying that it wasn't. Listen, I agree with you that he could have potentially done it maliciously, like he was going in there snooping for stuff. But here's how I view
it was emotional.
What's crazy to me is this is a man who says, "This is my household. When we live together, I pay all the bills. I'm the master. I'm the father, and nothing is off limits. But your phone is.
I'm not going to somebody's phone.
But your phone is.
Her phone is off limits.
Did you pay that phone bill?
Her phone is off limits.
Did you pay that phone bill?
Yes.
Okay.
That phone is off limits.
Why is it off limits?
Because I don't want to know nothing that's going on.
Just because you don't want to know doesn't mean that.
Talk.
I wouldn't go in it simply because I trust her, not because it was off limits. I don't do that kind of stuff. The way I look at it, man, is if it's happening, it's gonna come out sooner or later, and then I'll deal with it.
Right. So
I don't do that. I try not to. I have in the past.
You try.
I try. Listen, I have in the past, and always I find something. But I have to say this. If you're cohabitating together, there should be nothing off limits.
No secret. It should be nothing.
If my girl asks me for my phone, I just simply go, here you go.
Absolutely.
It's that simple because ain't nothing in there.
I want all passwords.
All of them, honey. All of them.
If we marry,
to your laptop, your iPad, your tablet,
I want them all
of that.
I got all of them. I got all of it.
All of
computer, whatever.
And Born, my problem with Born is you less concerned about the truth and more concerned about how he got to the truth, which is the same thing she was doing in the video. None of that matter how he found out. Ultimately, he found out that she lied to him for 11 years.
The reason
that lie would have continued for 11 more years plus had he not stumbled upon
Man, that ain't no little shit right there, bro. That's some serious.
So okay, so what you were saying could be deemed appropriate, but also how he got it is trust a part of truth.
Trust should be a part of truth. And if I trust you, you should be telling me the truth.
Okay, so he didn't have trust, right?
Right.
So okay, so the dream experience, right? You're in a relationship with a guy, right? What should he do if he distrusts you?
Talk to me, tell me why he distrusts me.
Okay,
but if I'm doing something, let's say I'm dead wrong. Let's say I'm talking to the next dude, or
we're not concerned with you being wrong. We're not concerned with you being wrong.
But he would, if he mistrusts me, I must be doing something
he should
wrong.
Talk to you about it, right?
He should talk to me about it.
You start digging through your stuff.
He would have access to my stuff.
I didn't ask you about that. I didn't ask you if he had access or whatever. I said, should he start digging through your stuff instead of talking to you?
If that's gonna make him feel better.
I said, should he start digging through your stuff instead of talking to you? It's a simple yes or no.
That will make him feel better.
I'm gonna say yes.
Well, Born, in a situation like this, where you're talking about,
I'm done.
In a situation like this, where you're talking about the DNA of a child, or when you're talking about
a month and a half,
the biological child, I don't care how he got to the end result. She wasn't wrong. You think that if he had talked to her, she was going to tell him the truth?
Nope.
I don't either. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
Being that child's father, believing that was his biological son till eternity, because she would have never owned up to the truth. And I agree with the dream experience that she gave him reason to distrust him. So at what point does he address it? Because
he didn't address it though. He
absolutely
addressed
it. You may not like the avenue he pursued in order to get to the truth, but he got what he was looking.
I'm gonna ask you this time: would you be okay with somebody going through your phone?
Absolutely.
Y'all is this is
Absolutely.
y'all.
I would be okay with it.
One
I'm
second.
not okay with nobody going through my phone. I
Hey,
don't
We
know.
live
Thank you,
together.
Mr.
I'm
Mitchell.
not hiding nothing from you.
the Dream
Right.
Experience, Queen Ice, Mr. Mitchell, even Jay Easy. I love y'all, and this is why I love y'all. Y'all can't keep it real.
I'm
When
keeping
y'all
it.
start keeping it real, we're gonna get down and get. I can't wait to see y'all at the barbecue. When I see y'all at the barbecue, I'll say, yeah, talk that shit now. We're gonna talk that shit now in person. Because I can't believe this.
All right, so let's take away the phone, right?
Yes,
Let's take
please.
away the phone. Back in the old days, there were no mobile devices, and yet things like this happen.
Wait,
Why?
wait.
Why
Wait,
and how
no,
did
don't
they
say it.
happen?
Stop. Right here. It's a comment real quick.
The phone nowadays is the new purse or wallet should be off limits. I don't believe that.
Your purse is off limits.
No, my husband could go in my purse and get whatever. If you're looking for a stick of gum or my car keys, that you know where to find them.
The purse is off limits.
Never has my purse been off limits.
Is the purse off limits, Queen? I mean, experience.
No,
Don't
why?
be surprised if you see a tampon in there.
Now,
I keep it in my
personally, well, I wouldn't go through my girl's phone, nor would I go through her purse. Because my mother instilled in me as a little boy not to go in her purse. That not to go in a woman's purse. So that's something that's
Are there any
in me.
circumstances
So,
where a woman can go through your phone? Any?
Yeah.
What?
All right, well, name them.
If I die, my daughter can go through the phone.
Not your
Oh
daughter,
my
your
God.
woman, your wife,
Your-
your significant other.
Your significant other.
So if you die, she can't go through your phone.
What for? My daughter gonna go through it.
You bugging.
You're dead. She doesn't know your daughter's phone number. She has to get it out of your phone.
If I'm dead, only one gonna have the passcode to my phone is my daughter.
You bugging.
This man holding a whole lot of secrets in that damn iPhone.
Hey,
He holding a whole lot of secrets in that damn iPhone. And it's no different, like
there's
I
a lot
said,
going on in
as
here.
I was attempting to say, back in the day, before the age of cell phones, women used to write down their secrets in journals, in diaries. And men often went through their women's journals or diaries, and vice versa. Women would do the same.
You can't go through somebody's diary.
Why not? It's an open book.
That's a violation.
It's not a violation.
Is that a violation, Queen?
I would say it's a violation unless you have reason to suspect something else.
Y'all, what day you come here, Dream?
I'll be there soon. I don't know exactly.
She gonna sneak in and sneak out.
I ain't gonna let her.
I'm you will know when I'm there.
She is not gonna want to see us. Okay.
You gonna know when I'm there. Well, I tell you, they getting married June 3rd, so I'll be in there some days
around June
before that. Probably
Memorial Day.
Yep.
Memorial Day.
In May.
Let's see. One
Bobby
second.
Simmons said he went looking for something. Well, we know that.
And then
now y'all are getting another definition of a father. Queen has spoken about a legal document, and Mr. Mitchell spoke about what the court would consider someone responsible and duties would be.
That's peace.
That's peace.
Hey, I'm saying this. I
agree he went looking for something, but at the same token, he needed to find that. That was his eye-opening experience to help him get a better perspective on the journey that he now has to take.
And get clarity. That's something he should know. He should know if he has a biological child or not. That's something
and she wasn't going to give him that clarity. She knew from day one that she slept with 2 different people, and for 11 years she allowed only one man.
She probably didn't know who the father was.
She did, because clearly she was in her phone texting people, telling him, "Oh yeah, he ain't my baby daddy."
She probably was just saying that because he wouldn't do something to son. You know what I'm saying?
Well, whatever the reason, it got her busted.
And it turned out to be true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, the way I see it is she was bogus. She should not have done. I mean, he was bogus. He should not have done that to that woman. That woman seemed like a nice lady. She should not have been.
There you go.
What?
Let go.
What the hell you just say?
There you go, being Mr. Let Go.
No, because here's the cold part about that. That woman was a nice lady. She went with the guy that was gonna take care of her and her family, like marry her, do whatever. I don't know if it was his wife, but they was in the house. She took the responsible route and went with the guy that was going to take care of her instead of going with the guy that was going to run off and not be a single mother. Why not?
How about not sleeping with the guy that's going to run off in the first place? You can't apply to a woman for making bad decisions out the gate.
How many women do that?
A lot of women. But then out the gate, if I'm going to make a bad decision, I'm going to reap what I sow.
No, she recovered from it because when she
never recovered from it because reaping what you sow is being honest and upfront with all parties involved.
Same, man.
I fucked up and I slept with 2 different people. So now, as a responsible woman, I'm gonna tell both of them.
What if she slept with the one that wasn't responsible, right? And said, "Fuck this! I gotta hurry to sleep with somebody that's responsible just in case."
Then how do you consider that to be a smart woman?
Because she covered her back.
You call that covering her back?
Made her back. Yeah, she covered her mistake just in case.
Covered her mistakes
just in case.
Oh my God. I can't believe this.
Hey, man, you ever thought about going on stage?
Because he's trying it now.
You ever thought about going on stage? Man, you know I'm a ghostwriter for some of my local comedians here, right? I can set you up, bro.
I'm telling you, man, she did the right thing.
I can set you up, bro. I can get you right.
She wasn't covering no mistake. That wasn't no mistake. She ran game. She ran game
for 11 years.
But she knew from the time the child came out the birth canal that
man, people have died for less than that, though. Seriously. People have died behind that.
She ran game. Ain't no justifying what she did, and she did it happily and knowingly. And 9 times out of 10, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, she was probably still sleeping with the real daddy.
Would you have went in her phone?
If she tell me to go in there and get it, it's many, like I said a moment ago, it's many situations how this could have played out and came about as to how he got that information out of her phone. I don't think I don't trust this bitch. Let me see what she got going on. I don't think he did that. I think it was something, the way he said it, if you read between the lines, it was something else that had him in that phone in the first place. It wasn't to get you a mistrust. Because,
Let me hear what you read between the lines. I gotta hear this, man. Go ahead.
I felt like he was in there looking for something, not necessarily that, not necessarily trying to see if she's cheating. And
so
he stumbled across.
What's the reason for going in her messages? I gotta hear.
I mean, how many times did somebody say, "Hey, you got such number," and you didn't hand them your phone to get it?
And then you go into
how many times have you had it? Hold on.
Wait,
because we're speaking, right? Hold on.
Context.
How many times have somebody say, "Hey, have you had an issue?"
The messages or the context?
Huh?
Would the number be in the messages or the contacts?
Both.
What? It could be in either or. You know how phones work. Come on, bro. Don't try to spin this around to make me be wrong. No. You being a spin doctor right now, brother.
No. You said that somebody can give you the phone, or how many times have I given the phone to somebody so they can get a number out of there? They ain't got no business in my messages.
But just like everybody else said, hold on. Just like everybody else said, if she was just texting her homegirl, laughing about this shit, wait, hold on.
Listen,
you saying
that somebody going in for a contact, that is not going in their text messages.
So your notifications don't pop up on your screen? Your notifications don't pop up on your screen? Hold on, answer. Hold on, answer, Brother Bourne. Please answer my question, Brother Bourne. Now,
when
I digress.
Hold up, wait 1 second. The reason I'm saying that is because when I said this,
you can't justify what she did. You trying to justify that?
Hold on. The same way that I said that this guy did something going in her phone, y'all said, "Oh, you can't assume that." We can't assume nothing that wasn't on the clip. Ain't that what y'all said about me?
Right.
If y'all say that about me, y'all got to use
it.
They
said that. I was quiet.
You just came back and said the same thing about the messages popping up on the screen. That's what they said earlier.
And you won't let me finish what I'm trying to say. So how can I finish? How can I get my statement across? You just going off bits and pieces of what I say.
Because you reaching into something.
I'm not. I'm looking at it from my point of view.
I get your point, but listen, when I spoke, I was told that I can't assume that. Now, if you doing the same thing and assuming that what about going in the phone for the contacts? If you're going in the phone for a contact, you're not going in the messages.
And you not. But if you're looking at that screen,
how do y'all know that her phone popped up messages?
We don't. So let's go back to what she said in the video. He said, I went through your phone. So that's all we need to take it as. And if you saying that that's the real crime instead of her lying, then that is the problem.
But what was he doing in her phone?
He went in it for whatever reason. He went in it for. He told her he went in his phone, in her phone.
Right. So is it okay? This is all I'm asking. Is it okay for somebody to go in your phone?
Yes.
Yes, if you my chick or you my dude, absolutely.
I've never heard anybody say that nonsense.
You ain't never talked to me. You see me and Tina agree. Mr. Mitchell agree. You got 3 people right there telling you that their significant other has access to their phone.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I'll challenge y'all to do this. Bring your significant
Hold on, before you issue that challenge, let me say something.
Bring your significant other around, and when you bring that significant other around, say, here, go through my phone.
When I get one.
Hey, that's my
hold on, brother born.
I'm listening.
Now, just because your relationships, you don't do.
You broke up. You froze. Way easy.
Y'all know I'm out here in the backwood Texas woods. Forgive me, but
go ahead. You said just because I don't my relationships. Go ahead.
Just because you don't do that type of thing in your relationship, don't mean that they don't. For all we know, he had her thumbprint. He had access to the phone. They had that type of relationship where it was a trust issue. To like, okay, this my code, this your code. Boom, cool. I know people that do that all the time.
But see, I'm wondering
now, hold on. They've been invested in this situation for 11 years. They've been invested in this situation for 11 years.
That is cool. But how come? Let me ask this: why can everybody else add a variable, but I couldn't? That's the only.
I didn't say you couldn't. I didn't say you.
I just said we can't assume that.
Okay, so you can't assume that it's a thumbprint. You can't do that. Nobody else can do that.
I go back to
listen. That was just an example. That I wasn't saying that.
He went through her phone, right or wrong.
I know
he went through her phone,
right.
And again, now we have to deal with the consequences of that action.
Well, the action
was it wrong for him to do that? In your mind, yes. In our mind, no. So we're never going to agree on that fact.
Okay.
Now let's approach it from
how many of y'all say no?
We all said no.
1, 2, 3.
But the issue ain't even about going through the phone.
That's what we all saying, except Vaughn.
This is an off. This is an off.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. People that got something to hide don't like people going through their phone and don't want nobody else going through their phone.
My wife or vice versa.
Easy.
Doesn't mean that
you got to hide, you ain't letting nobody.
I'm gonna be 100. I ain't never been in a relationship where I had a problem with somebody. You want to go through it, go through it. I'm not finna hide nothing from you.
There you go.
I'm not gonna hide nothing from you. I'm a grown ass man. I answer for anything and stand on anything I got going on.
Stand on it.
I ain't got one contact
Listen, I'm having fun, but it's certain things that I'm never gonna accept. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm never gonna accept y'all saying right here on this live that y'all are okay with y'all other person going behind your back and looking through your phone. I'm never gonna accept that. That's cool. I'm not into agree to disagree stuff. I'm not into that.
Right.
But at this stage, we are all adults and we gonna keep it real.
And I do
not know the person I know a couple people that there's a lot of pimping around me, and there's a lot of poly life going on around me too, that they do that. But the average person is not letting another person go in their phone, their other, especially when they on some BS. That's not happening.
Especially when they're on some BS.
Right.
So you have to understand that.
I'm talking about the person that's trying
again, if you got something to hide, you're not gonna let somebody go through your phone.
Right.
That's
So
point blank
here's,
period.
here's
Wait, I'm not
Hold on, Queen. Hold on real quick, Queen. That's just like if you get pulled over and you riding dirty and you got something in the car you don't want the laws to find, you're not gonna let the law search your car.
I'm not talking about the person who got whose phone it is. I'm talking the person about the person who's going through it. So let's talk about that part now, because y'all talked about the other side. So now let's talk about, because you
that's different. I ain't gonna let the police search my car regardless.
You just made a case twice for me. So go ahead and make one for y'all now.
All right, so I'm gonna say this.
I want to hear.
In my less honest
I'm gonna put this
days,
one up here on the thing.
In
Devonna
my
R.
less honest days, I agree with you. The old me would have never. But as I've grown and matured and realized I don't have shit to hide.
It ain't about what you got to hide.
I don't have an issue with somebody going through anything of mine.
And you're not supposed to be anything but honest.
Absolutely. So in that regard, if you choose to do it for whatever reason you choose to do it for, I'm not going to have an issue with it.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to have an issue with it because I'm more mature than I was before. I've learned from those mistakes. Have someone gone through my phone without my permission? Absolutely. Have they found things in my phone?
What happened?
Absolutely. So what did I do? I made a change and said, I was fucking up. I shouldn't have did those things. So I'm going to live my life on a different path moving forward. So that's no longer an issue.
Sound go?
Your sound is still there, Jay-Eazy.
You might not.
We can hear you.
No, I get that part. But
So again, if you're mature enough to
see, I'm one thing
not be hiding anything.
One thing that I am, I'm never anything but honest. I'm 100% truthful at all times, right? So I say like this, and my
can
phone
y'all
right
hear me?
Yeah.
When I say like this, and my phone is right here, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody go in that. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
And look, and when my lady phone is right here, and she say it's ringing, who is that? I'm like this. There you go. I don't got nothing to look at that for.
That's
It's not my phone. Now, if it was the house phone, I answer it. They say, "Hey, is Queen Ice there?" You know what I'm saying? Okay, here you go, Queen Ice. You dig what I'm saying? I got the chance now. I can be like, "Well, who's this? Who's calling?"
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But this right here, it's a reason why this got a lock on it. This a reason why I got a passcode on it. It's the reason why you got stuff in here that's not a shared situation. You dig what I'm saying? And our phones.
So give me an example of what you wouldn't want.
No, it's not about.
It's
It's not about what I want. It's about what's gonna happen, because I don't have anything to hide. Right? You go up in here, you're gonna find what you were looking for. Whatever it was, you're gonna find it. and the least of your problem is this. Hold on, check out this experience. What the least of your problems is, you're gonna find a hard time. You dig what I'm saying? Because when you go through it and you don't see what you thought you was gonna see, and then you gotta be like, babe, I went through your phone and it was like everything was good and all this stuff. Get the fuck out the house. You shouldn't have been in my phone. Why did you distrust me? I told you the truth. I'm not one of them people that say, I don't go around saying, to be honest and all of this stuff, right? I don't do that, right? Because I don't expect anything else out of anybody but honesty.
Okay, so we take that,
Jay-Eazy
and we now spin it to this situation. That woman ain't you, right? She's very dishonest.
Whoa. Now I'm going to stop you right there. And the reason why, you know why I'm stopping you, right?
Go ahead.
You know why I know one person on here that know why I'm stopping. I know Mr. Simmons, if he was on the screen, he could tell you why I'm stopping you.
All right.
I'm going to tell you why I'm stopping you. I'm stopping you because you said back in your days, you had some stuff that you didn't do that was right.
Absolutely.
Right? 11 years ago was back in her days. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not today. So how do we know? Because since you said she's not me, how do we know that today she's not honest?
Because her dude said, for 11 years, you've been lying to me. He said it in the present tense, which means she never got
right
to
now
the
today,
point.
you're still giving me the impression that is my child.
So listen.
And she think it's funny.
It was funny. Because she said, okay, he said for 11 years, right? How do y'all know he wasn't just talking about the time of the baby's existence?
Well, we don't know that.
Okay, so we'll leave that variable out.
Okay.
Keep going.
So again, him discovering today that this child isn't his, meaning yesterday, 'cause it takes at least 24 hours for DNA to kick in. Yesterday, she wasn't honest.
Well, wait. Just because you didn't tell him that she wasn't honest.
What do you mean? Don't you think that's an important piece of growing and developing and being truthful and honest?
And then Brother Bourne, when she was confronted,
do you give information to your present person for no reason?
Now, see, now you're talking about a need to know basis.
Oh, that's
that man needed to know. That man needed to know. What do you mean?
Why did he need to know?
Why wouldn't he need to know?
I love my child. I don't need to. That's my child. What do I need to know?
Would you love that child if they wasn't yours biologically?
Huh?
Would you love that child if it wasn't yours biologically?
Yeah, I would love any child that I'm around if it wasn't mine biologically.
So you're gonna love and provide for that child, even if it ain't yours biologically. But see, this is the difference. You would know that that's not yours biologically.
Right.
But
you're now making a conscious choice.
What about the ones you believe right now today are your biological kids, and you found out tomorrow that they weren't?
4 children. How many kids you got?
5.
How many kids you got, Jay?
None.
0, nada.
Oh, Mr. Mitchell gone.
And how many you got, Born?
4.
And all 4 of them are yours biologically?
Hold up. Now you trying to beat me to the conclusion.
I'm asking. Are all 4 of those your biological children?
Let me say this before I answer that. You try to beat me to the conclusion, Experience. You try to steal my whole heart, ain't you? Don't be doing this. I'm just asking. The reason I ask you that, the reason I say that is this, right? So Jay, you ain't got nothing to do with this, right? Because you ain't. If he had a child, he would be involved, right? But the reason I'm saying is this: how many times did your husband or the baby fathers go check to see if it was theirs, or did they do a DNA test? All 4 of them?
No.
Never.
No.
Okay. How many of yours did that?
None of them. Okay. Didn't have to.
And 3, because I got women with 3 kids. So 3 of the kids, 2 with one and 1 with another one, and then the one with my ex-wife. So the first 2 women, I got DNA tests or blood tests and then DNA tests because of time. And the last one, I didn't do any. So that means I got 1 that I don't know if it's mine biologically. You got 4.
I got 4 that I know I spit out my
but you don't know.
Vagina.
But you know
I know they're not.
You know for certain. Mama, baby, baby.
No, you know for certain, but him. But
he can honestly say that he's not sure.
He's not sure. What about you?
His.
The 5.
Oh, they both know that all of them are their children.
How they know?
But DNA hasn't been established, right?
No, DNA has not been established.
How do they know?
They know because they know the relationship they had with me, and they can see these kids.
And see the relationship that they got with the guy had with his woman should have been enough to tell you that that's his kid. He shouldn't have been looking for nothing. See, that's
you
all.
You bugging.
She
gave him some reason to think that was.
We assuming.
I'm taking away the assumptions, and I'm simply saying that he did go searching. And he found out that she was not being truthful to this very day. Yeah. When confronted, you hear her say, "Well, not
truthful. She wasn't being forthright.
No, she wasn't being honest.
She wasn't being
Queen finna say what I've been trying to say for the longest.
Okay, cool. But she wouldn't be. It's not honest or it's not truthful if the person isn't asking a question. Now, it's being forthright. She wasn't being forthright and saying, hey, man, this might not be your child, right? But she had no reason to not be true because she probably didn't know all the way. You know what I'm saying? And
at some point, she discovered that her feelings
she probably didn't
led her to believe.
She probably really didn't.
She told her friends that in text.
So what you're saying, she got pregnant in her whole phase.
It had to be two people that she slept with.
Well, absolutely.
At the same time.
But she knew if she was joking about it with her friends. Exactly. She had to know.
We done seen people talk shit like that before, though. Like, this ain't even his kid and shit. He talking that dumb shit. You know,
I ain't never heard nobody say that about somebody biological real father. I ain't never heard nobody go and say that ain't even his kid, and it really is. People don't joke about that.
I know somebody that did that.
I'll say
it even closer. Me, you, and you. We know somebody that did that and got shit beat out of them. I know that for a fact. I know it. Somebody did. Yeah,
I don't. Okay.
Regardless of that, though.
But yeah, I hear you.
Regardless of that, the fact is that she knows that it's a possibility.
Yeah.
That he's not the biological father.
Mm-hmm.
And if we want to say that this woman is smart or honest or truthful or trusting to be carrying on a day-to-day interaction with a man that is waking up saying, my son, I'm taking my son to school. I'm finna feed my son. And for her to acknowledge is giving weight to the fact that he's now saying, if there's any reason for me to question if this isn't my child, then this is a moment for you to say that. She never once interjected and said, you know what? Let me start being truthful right now and say,
wait, how is he?
That might not be your child.
Yeah, you too far in.
Facts. Right. She never once was. She was more concerned with him going through her shit.
That is exactly her biggest issue was the fact that he went through her shit. Not the fact that now we're about to be homeless. Not the fact that now you're going to be hurt because this child isn't yours. And not the fact that now I have to explain to my son who his biological parent really is. That wasn't her issue. Her issue was, why you go through my phone?
That's my issue too. Trust.
And
I can't trust somebody that's just going through my shit.
And again, he can't trust her either.
Obviously, he couldn't trust
he
her.
had a very valid reason for feeling that way.
Well, we don't know.
Whatever that feeling was that led him to go through her phone was substantiated by the fact that he found some very factual pieces of information.
Yep.
But he shouldn't have been in her phone. That's the way I'm saying.
He shouldn't have been in her phone. She shouldn't have been lying to him for 11 years. She should have never woke up that morning and not told that man that he's not the father of that child.
That should have been
exactly.
But you're saying leave her past in the past. We're not going to hold that against her. She was doing what she did 11 years ago. But every single day that she woke up looking at a man claiming that this is his child, knowing that it isn't, she had that opportunity to be honest.
Hey,
I mean, come on, now, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Black China.
Who is that?
Black China finally decided she's a model. She's a video victim.
Okay.
Anyway, she decided one day, after living her life unrighteously, I'm going to give it over to God. Right? So what did she do? She decided, I'm going to erase all these impurities and I'm going to start being honest with myself. This girl had butt fillers, lip fillers, cheek fillers. She was plastic from head to toe.
Right.
And she decided to take all that shit out her body.
You're right.
Yes. She decided to take all that shit out her body and say, I'm going to start being truthful and I'm starting right here with me.
You have to be kidding me.
Black China. Look it up. And so for this woman to not want to have that epiphany, that moment in her life where she's like, damn, this isn't right. This isn't right that I'm allowing this man to claim this child that I feel like isn't his child. At some point, I need to be honest with myself. I need to be honest with him. I need to be honest with my child, because harboring those especially those kind of secrets is very, very toxic
and detrimental. And detrimental to the well-being of that child and that man.
That's her with all of the lip fillers, the cheek fillers. She got and that's her now. And she looks more beautiful now than she did when she had all that shit in her face.
Just like little Kim. I swear I hope she take that stuff out of her.
You can't change her Kim back.
Yeah, you can. She had all of that stuff taken out of her face. She had ass implants, titty implants. She took all of that out.
Okay.
Now she kept the titties.
Black China?
Yeah, she kept the titties.
That's her.
Okay. That's peace. Yeah, Miss Terry, we changed the subject.
Sorry, Stacy, we did change the subject just slightly. We played a video, and I think Bobby Simmons wanted us to replay it. Can y'all replay the video? I want to hear what her responses were.
Can we do that for 1 second?
Yeah, let's go ahead and replay
Do
the
that for
video
1
for
second.
Bobby Simmons and for Stacy so she could catch up.
Yeah, we did change the topic on purpose too, Stacy. Terry. I don't like people with two first names.
I guess you don't like her.
I like her.
My dog.
All right, here we go, y'all. We're going to run this back one time for Mr. Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, Stacy, Terry, pay attention.
What's up?
What's up is why you've been lying to me for 11 years, telling me that DJ is my real son. Why you been lying to me?
What have I been lying about?
I got a DNA test done.
A DNA saying what?
Saying that he's not my son.
Let me see his DNA test.
You don't need to see it. I saw it.
How DNA test gonna say?
How you gonna be lying to me for 11 years? Why would you do that to me?
Where's the lie?
The lie is you. You are the lie. You have been lying to me for 11 years, having me believe that my son that I've been raising for 11 years is not really my son. Like, how could you do that to me? Like, what can you say for yourself right now?
What made you get a DNA test?
Because I went through your phone.
And why?
Talking about me, laughing and bragging, telling your friends that I have no idea that he's really not my son. So I went and got a DNA test done. Like, you think I'm stupid or something? Like, how could you do this to me?
You know what?
What?
You had no business going through my phone and getting
You
a
care
DNA
more
test
about
on
me
my
going
son.
through your phone than you lying to me about my son not being mine? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You care more about being humiliated and me finding out that our son is not really my son and that he has a different father. I sure have, because I thought he was my son. Because you've been lying to me this whole time.
What are you talking about? Does it matter?
It does matter. Are you crazy? What do you mean? It absolutely matters. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? You don't see anything wrong with what you did? You've been lying to me. You've been sitting here lying to me for 11. Of course I love him, but I can't. But you guys can't stay. You can't stay here anymore.
Where we gonna go?
I don't know. It's not my problem. 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 You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You can't stay here. I don't know. It's not my problem. I did my job. I did my job. I did my job as a dad. I did my job as a dad. You can't stay here anymore. Y'all gotta go. Both y'all can't stay anymore. No, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
Trifling. Just trifling.
And then she say, let me see the DNA test. First of all, you ask me, I'm going to deliver. So, what Stevie says, I see you delivered, I'm yours. It'd have been right there in her face. Highlighted. Bitch, 99.99%. Not mine.
It would have said 0%.
It would have said 0% probability of you being the father.
Whatever, however it was stated, it would have been highlighted.
Yeah.
Now the only part I disagree with him on is how he handled it as far as putting her out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say you love him, you love the DJ, you love the child, you don't put the child out on the street. You can fall out with your mom, make her sleep in the living, make her sleep in the room with DJ. You can't share my bed. At least give her a window of opportunity to find some new living arrangements. And if you gonna put out, if you that adamant about putting out that night, be like Erykah Badu. Call your friend. Call your friend. The one you laughing and kiki and ha ha with. It was funny. Tell her to kiki and ha ha her ass over here and pick you up.
I don't know about that one. That's cold. Tell us the reason why you would give her time.
Huh?
Tell us the reason why you would give her time. I like
because of the child, solely for the child. Solely for the child. It ain't about her because at this point in time, I'm done with you. I'm pissed off at you. I don't want nothing to do with you. But that child, whether he's mine or not, I'm not gonna put him out in the middle of the night.
Right.
I'm not gonna put him out in the middle of the night. So he's good. I'm gonna give you this amount of time. Find you somewhere to stay. Find you and him somewhere to stay. I'll help you move if you need me to help you move. But other than that, don't get your ass in my bed. Don't get your ass in my shower. Don't sit your ass on my toilet. Take that shit down the hallway.
This chick said,
I don't have kids. I don't have kids. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And you're going to call a spade regardless of how the card is dealt.
Agreed.
Regardless. So I disagree with him on making her and the child leave. He said, y'all. Well, the love went that quick. It was a 30-second window in that video from him saying, I do love him, to y'all get out.
Right.
The love went that quick. I don't care how mad I am. I got love for him. You good to stay, but at the end of the day, get your ass down the hallway.
I agree with Mr. Mitchell on that. I think that was his emotions.
Yeah, it was. I don't think I think after probably saying it, but we can always come to a whole lot of different conclusions. He probably didn't actually put her and the kid out. But anyway, so Al Higgins said,
at least put the kid out.
You would have at least put the kid out.
You gotta go find your papa.
This motherfucker.
Hey, go find Pops. If you don't want to call me, get your little ass out.
Hey, what you gonna tell him? 23 and me?
Hey, and Josh, now he all you little big head motherfucker. Get your eye like anyway. Talk about
you done watched too much Baby Boy. You done watched too much Baby Boy. He sound like Rodney. Little big head motherfucker, get back.
Get up out of here, man.
I agree with Al Higgins' statement. He can't stop loving the child because of her trifling ass. She's definitely trifling. But my brother Born Power may disagree with the fact that she's trifling. He believes the man was more trifling by going through her phone than she was for holding this 11-year secret.
And it was 11 years ago, so that wasn't bad,
It was 11 years ago, but it was current day that she was still living this lie that this was the father of her child.
Don't we forgive?
Did she give him an opportunity to forgive?
Well, he I think she probably would forgive him for going through her phone. So he got to forgive her for having a baby by somebody.
That's apples and oranges. You can't compare the two.
Well,
it's totally
I'll
different.
tell you what. Here go the bad part about this. Let's start back at the beginning or close to the beginning or something, right? This guy went up in the girl naked, and then now he don't want to claim that the son is his.
Because everybody else went up in her naked too. So
he got pregnant during our whole phase.
Shouldn't have did it.
Is everybody else wrong too?
Well, he shouldn't have did it. He the one got caught up.
No, she shouldn't have allowed someone to go inside of her naked.
That might be true, but he's the one that got caught by the spider web.
No,
and he got hooked. How he get hooked on a hoe? He got hooked on a hoe.
She's the one that was the hoe.
And it might have been his homie. They might have been running on her.
Well, you making way too many assumptions. I'm not going to travel down that rabbit hole.
Thank you.
Man, that's a big rabbit hole. And I ain't talking about the girl he was talking about on the video.
Hey, it was two in one night though, or close.
Like I said, she got pregnant during her whole phase.
Yeah, during her whole phase.
So is she still a hoe?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I like her. Where's she at?
You need to find her.
Yeah, can you find her? That's your video, Dream.
I'm trying to see if Jesus is gonna get in the car with me to take the wheel.
You find her, and then she gonna bring her and her 11-year-old son to your house, and you could tell them he gotta call you Pops.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, hey, Quinn, hey, Dream, hey, this the cold part about that whole situation, right? if I met her right now and I liked her, I don't know who the father is anyway, so I don't give a fuck. So it don't matter to me. Yeah, come here, little homie. You know what I mean?
And I'm your pops now, so that goddamn it, I don't give a fuck that man for 11 years was your daddy. I'm the pops now.
Yeah, and I'm not goofy like him, so I'm gonna sit here and teach you right.
But why was he goofy?
Because he was going through somebody's stuff. So
I hate I even asked that question. I even asked that question.
I don't know why you asked that, because we already knew what his response was gonna be.
He had no business going through her stuff. That was personal items. Something's got to be off limits.
Mr.
Higgins all around in her private part.
What you say, Dream?
I said, is Mr. Higgins agreeing with you?
He is. He said, "Oh, he definitely was trifling."
Well, he said that's real talk, Born.
Let's just remember that the child is the main victim here. We ain't forgot that part, Kane.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. He might have had the best of 3 worlds. I don't know.
Bobby Simmons,
too bad.
Pop that up there.
Bobby Simmons, okay.
He agrees with the father in the video.
Not at one time did he say that he doesn't love or care about the kid, but they both have to get gone.
That's the way it gotta go.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way it crumbles. Hey, the cookie was good. It crumbled on a lot of stuff, lot of towers. Hey, but I think it's getting late though, y'all. So.
Yeah, it's getting late. It's after 10 o'clock. We're gonna let y'all all resume the rest.
Y'all, I'm an hour ahead of y'all, so it's 11:20.
I sure thought about that too, Dream. Hey, Dream, what's that on the wall right there? What's that on the wall behind your shoulder?
Turn around. You gotta turn around.
Oh no, that's the mirror. Okay.
Oh, that's the mirror.
I thought that was.
I thought you could see my little saying. I was gonna say how you could see that. It say dream until your dreams come true.
You just took that name and ran with it, didn't it?
That been up there. Yeah, I've been K-Renee Dreams for a very long time.
Well, you should have been had that going then. That's cool. Hey, but listen, we gonna dash. Hey, Dream, yes. I'm gonna reach out to you and we gonna talk about the show. That we got to do a pop-up, but we probably can wait until you get here though, when you come up, because I want to do a special thing when you come up. And then Jay Easy too. We're gonna do one with you too. We want to do something with you too, Mr. Mitchell too, and Mr. Higgins, and Mr. Simmons, and Mr.
We're gonna
Terry,
get JJ
and
here
Miss JJ
at the backyard boogie.
Yes, we're gonna get them all. We're gonna get all.
And I'm gonna leave my phone unlocked at the backyard boogie.
Well, you ain't committed to nobody, so we all going through your shit.
Yeah, hey, I'm not. Hey, you know I'm not. He'll be like,
hey, if you dial a number and they start speaking Spanish, hang up.
Hey, you can tell me to play the music on your phone. I'm like, nope. We just be sitting here talking. Hey, this gonna be the musicless party. I'm not going through nobody. I don't care what you say to do in the phone.
I'm gonna look through Born phone just to piss him off.
No, you can look through it. See, that's what.
She gonna get. Look, she's trying to get a table flipped over.
Hey, right. No, she can look through my phone. But here go the cold part. She just said, I'm gonna look through his phone. I'm gonna look through Born phone just to piss him off. But you ain't gonna wait until I go in the house to get some soda or some tea or whatever I'm going to get, and then be like, let me see what he got going on. You know what I'm saying? You do that, I'm gonna leave it open to the special section.
I wouldn't go through your phone.
Well, I'm gonna leave it open. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do, Experience? I'm gonna put my phone open on a special section and leave it there right between you and the Queen. And I'm gonna see when I come back and see if it's in the same spot. Hey, 2 pictures off, I'm gonna be like, yep, I see y'all fingerprints. You did. Hey, but on that note, we're gonna say peace, y'all.
Peace.
Later.
Nice.
Peace.
Peace.
Experience. Jay Easy, Mr. Simmons, Mr. Mitchell, Al Higgins,
Stacy,
McDaniels, Devonna, Stacy, everybody who came through. JJ in the building. Peace, y'all. We'll
Peace.
Say, all right. Okay, that's over.